Well, first of all, I want to say Happy New Year 2021. Hi, I'm Dee from Dee Lovely Life and welcome to my channel. Today I want to go over some of my 2021 goals that I have. This was kind of a hard video for me to begin or even to get motivated to even film, only because I feel like I just don't have it together yet. And to be honest, it's January 6th today and I still don't have a word for my channel. I haven't really got my goals to where I really want it to be, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. 2020 wasn't too much of a really good year for many people around the world, but I feel like to some it was more of a challenge because of all the whole orders of shelter at home, stay at home, lockdown. We lost an insane amount of people in this world. So a lot of heartbreak, a lot of loss. It was a very difficult year for many. And then for some other people, it wasn't so bad. As a caregiver, I felt like I can honestly say 2020 was not like the worst year for myself. Personally, I felt like the year that my mother had her massive stroke when I lost her there, that was the worst year ever. My whole world just changed like that. So I don't know. I feel like there are certain people who say, I hate when people say 2020 was the worst year, because it wasn't. If it was for me to reflect on, so everybody, to each its own, right? I think majority of all of us can agree 2020 was a little crazy. If I can reflect on 2020 on a more positive, brighter side per se, I would say a lot of us really had the greatest opportunity to spend more time with our family or with our loved ones, quality time. A lot of us got to work from home. A lot of us unfortunately lost their jobs, so they're now at home, but they're finding a way to just maybe reflect on themselves, improve on themselves, spend more time with their spouse or with their children. And some people took advantage and made an opportunity to start a business, if it's either like on an Etsy shop or if it's a YouTube channel or whatever type of business that you've always dreamed of. Now you had the opportunity to start that. So kudos to all of you. And then there were some people who got a chance to start a new hobby like sewing, knitting, crocheting, or like me, I got to cook more. So I got to try more new recipes. Kind of like what you make of this whole situation of 2020. For me, I felt like the most that I got out of 2020 is probably patience, rest, a lot of rest, better habits for myself, and also just trying to not spend so much money, which wasn't really that hard in 2020. I felt like I accomplished most of my goals. I got to rewatch my first video from last year, and as I was watching it, I was like, hey, you did good in that, Dee. Hey, we did good in that area too. I didn't do too shabby for the year 2020. So for the year 2021, it was really hard or difficult for me to even come up with a word for my channel, because let's face it, when I said hope for last year and saying about in this whole crazy world of ours, I was like, how did I know that that would fit so darn perfectly for the year 2020? So now I'm like, oh my god, the pressure's on, Dee. The pressure's on for 2021. What's your word gonna be? I'm like, I got nothing right now. And that's okay. It's okay. It's January 6th. I don't really have a whole vision board, although I really want to do one. Last year I said I was going to do one. I never did. This year I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. I really think that can help me out. I really want to tweak some of my goals for this year. The goals that I had last year, really, I made really good progress. I could probably do a little bit better on certain areas. There's a majority of all goals I have been watching lately, because I have been watching some YouTube videos. It has a lot to do with your own health, mental awareness, financial, relationship, and career. I think those are the biggest top goals. It's no different for me either. Those are pretty much my areas that I also want to focus on. In my planner, I just needed something. Not to say that these are going to be my big top goals for the year 2021, and I'm gonna still give myself some time. So if you haven't came up with your 2021 goals yet, don't stress about it. You start when you're ready to start. Go on your own time. We don't have to say, oh my gosh, it's January 1st and Dee at Dee Lovely Life doesn't even have a word. Just kidding. Not like anyone's really gonna care about that, but I'm just saying, using that as an example. Don't feel like, oh my god, I haven't even started my goals, I haven't done this, I started to feel that way. I started to feel that way this week because I was kind of down on myself. I should be really doing my first video about my 2021 goals and be super excited and hunker down and just focus on those goals. I got nothing. So what I decided to do, I started working on my planner, and then I just wrote down on the side columns just some goals, so at least I can start somewhere. This is just as a start. These are some of my goals there that I have. For personal goals, I want to eat healthier, drink more water, and take more steps. Fitbit. Those are good goals to have. Moving forward, I do want to make more action items down below that, like more specifically, what do I want to do? How many ounces of water should I be taking to make that goal? You know what I mean? Okay. Another goal for me that's going to be for 2020 is marital goals. Marriage, relationship. That is so like the foundation of my household right now. With Jay and I, we've been married for over 20 years now. We need to focus on us again. Sometimes we forget about the big things, like the love languages, the communication, the intimacy, not just physical, but mentally. You and your partner needs to sit down and figure out your own type of goals, like retirement's coming up. What are we going to focus on as a couple this year? And I think for both of us, we want to check in on each other more. What I mean by checking in on is every day I'm always asking him, how was work? Or he'll ask me, hey Dee, how was your day? And we would talk about all of that, but we're not talking about us, so I want to check in with each other like, hey Jay, how are we as a couple are doing? I want to make sure that communication is more open and more intimate, far as knowing what his needs are, if it's quality time or if it's just more sharing each other's goals, or and one of these things too that we have been starting to do lately is we are starting to talk openly about retirement plans. We've never done that before, which is so weird. He always had a vision of one way and I always had a vision of that way, but now we're really starting to open up and we're starting to be more detailed about it. So that's pretty exciting. So I really want to concentrate and check in with each other. Another goals I feel like I'm going to put as a category is caregiving goals. I need to focus on my mom's physical therapy part of it, her exercises. Since the pandemic, we couldn't really go to an outpatient physical therapy with a trainer, and it's all on my shoulders lately. And we were doing pretty well, but at times it's just really hard because I just feel it was a struggle. I couldn't find that right balance, and I feel like towards the end of this year I started to find a balance for myself and then for her and then for Jay. And so 2021, I think having that structure and a discipline in there, I want to then concentrate and like put it up a level. And then there's YouTube. Of course I want to have goals for this channel. I made my goal of making 4K last year in subscriber count. I want to continue to grow this channel, but I gotta be honest. I am also getting overwhelmed, or I'm struggling about how I want to move forward with this channel. I am a variety channel. One reason why I named my vlogs VarieDEE, because I have so much variety in it. Like I have cleaning clips in there, I have cooking recipes that I share with you in there, I have caregiving, I have a family vlog, I have entertainment that's all wrapped in there, and then I do individual separate videos specifically for decluttering, cleaning, meal planning, and caregiving, as I'm trying to understand this whole, you know, how YouTube works and all that. And they tell you to niche down. I'm thinking, how do I niche down my channel? I don't know. I don't really want to do separate channels, you know. Like, I'm sure if someone would look at my channel and they say, you know, you probably need a separate channel for caregiving, you need a separate channel for vlogging, you need a separate channel for cooking, and a separate channel for cleaning if you really want to grow. And I'm thinking, exactly. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I'm struggling in that department right now. I really don't know exactly where I want to take this channel. I don't really necessarily want to change anything for 2021. However, I'm hearing you gotta niche down, you gotta niche down. I don't know. Is it the part where growing my channel is so darn important? I don't know. Like I always said, YouTube, when I first started, it was a couponing, it was a hobby. It's now becoming more than that. It's becoming a full-time job, really, with the amount of hours of editing, and it's a lot. It's a lot to learn about and study enough to grow, you know. And I'm asking myself some serious questions lately of what do I want my channel to be about? What do I want my channel to go to? Like, is it about all the views, or is it about the number of subscribers, or is it about the... See, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, I feel. That's where my mind is. And it all reflects in my goal making, because I can't really sit down and really say this is my goal, because I really don't know. And I'm in that mode right now where I'm still trying to figure that out. Does that make sense? And anyone out there feeling the same way as myself? I feel like, gosh, Dee, come on, girl. Like, make it look like you have it together. But I really don't. I really don't. I didn't really want to come on here and say, hey, I have my 2021 goals, woohoo, because I don't. And that's okay. It's just that when I do set my goals, I'll share it with you guys if you guys are interested. But that's pretty much all I got. I just want to reflect on 2020 and kind of roll that into 2021. Make it the best that you possibly can. Make it positive. Do what you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't stress out about the small things. It's just not worth it. D. I'm really looking forward to 2021. Probably most of you, I'm like so ready to just get out and just live again, you know? Focus on what makes you happy. And like me, it's okay if you don't have your goals all together right now. It's okay. We'll get there. We will get there. Everybody can do it on their own time. I'm looking forward to making more videos in 2021. And I'm really looking forward to just really keep on connecting with all of you. I'm loving the comments. I'm loving just the community that we're building here on this platform. I'm really enjoying I'm still enjoying making YouTube videos. I really do. So with that, you guys, remember to take care of yourself. I'm taking care of myself. Until the next one, Happy New Year!